Yo, what is up, guys? It's Logic Looks, and today we got an absolute banger for you guys, man. In today's video, we actually have technically the finale of the Snipemas series. It's kind of more of a recap series, recap episode, I should say. And in today's video, we're gonna go over everything that we did end up sniping, how much MT we ended up making within the 25 days that I gave myself to make MT, and all that. So I'm excited to just get into the video, bro. I'm excited to get into it. If you guys are ready for this finale of Snipemas for this year, go down below right now. Let's smack that like button. Let's try to get 100 likes on this video. That would be greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel as well, man, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, join the squad. We are grinding to 100k by the end of the year. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Let me show you guys what ended up happening. Let's get into it, man. Let's go. So guys, if you guys have been here from the beginning of this series, you guys probably already know what we ended up sniping throughout it, but I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. I did not even expect that we actually sniped this many cards and this many like crazy snipes as well, because we got some really good ones. I'm gonna go over some of the key ones and all that. I'm really not gonna, you know, read out every snipe that we got, because it's just a whole list. If you guys really want, you guys can go ahead and watch all the episodes of Snipemas. I'll probably make a playlist later today, so if you guys want to check out that playlist, definitely take a look at it. But first things first, bro, I'm gonna go over the key snipes we ended up getting. In total, we ended up getting 29 or 30 pink diamond snipes within the 25-day period, which is just absolutely ridiculous, bro, considering we didn't really snipe one every single day. Like, we spent a lot of time for sure, but it is ridiculous to get 30 pink diamond snipes in, you know, 25 days. And we actually ended up getting some really good snipes. And we're gonna get right into those key pink diamond snipes. The first one being a Harden for 100k. So we ended up getting a nice little James Harden for 100,000 MT, which was one of our bigger snipes, because he is one of the possessed cards that is very rare to snipe. We also ended up getting ourselves a nice little Giannis the day he came out. We ended up getting an Anthony Davis. We ended up getting a bunch of T-Max. We ended up getting a Grant Hill, which I've only ever seen once that has been sniped. Like, I've only seen him once on the filters, and I've been sniping for a very long time on these filters. So I'm really surprised that, you know, we ended up getting that Grant Hill, because he is one of the more rare pink diamonds in the game as of right now. We also ended up getting, of course, Embiid when he first came out. If you guys don't know, we did end up getting that Joel Embiid when he first came out. Ended up selling him for like 350k almost, which is just ridiculous for that card. We also ended up getting D-Rose and then a bunch of Paul Georges. Those were like the main snipes we ended up getting. Obviously, those are pretty crazy, pretty insane if you ask me. It did take a lot of time on the filters to get those, but hey, it was 100% worth it in my opinion. Like, we ended up, you know, going crazy, making a ton of MT this month, and honestly, bro, it was actually kind of fun. So guys, right now we're going to talk about how much MT we actually ended up making, whether we hit our goal of 2.5 million or not, which is what we're going to talk about right now. But while I'm talking about it, I'm just going to throw up all the snipes. I know I just mentioned the key snipes we got. I'm just going to throw up pretty much all the snipes that we ended up getting, or most of them that we ended up getting, on the screen for you guys to see. And just keep in mind, some of these right now might not be snipes, but back on December 1st or December 5th, they were definitely snipes, because they usually, you know, some of these cards actually came out the day of, and I ended up sniping them the day of, which means they were going for a lot more than they're going for right now, especially with the whole season of giving locker code. Most of these cards don't go for over 100k anymore, but they definitely used to when I actually sniped them. So we're gonna get into it really quickly though. The amount of MT we made, I'm just gonna cut right to the total really quickly. We ended up making, within 25 days, technically 24 days of sniping, we ended up making 2,558,000 MT in profit, which is just ridiculous. Now, you do have to factor in the 2 days that I didn't end up getting a snipe, and those 2 days are minus 50k MT each, because if you guys don't know already, that was the rule we gave ourselves at the beginning of this series. We actually got to subtract 50k from every day that we don't actually get a diamond snipe minimum. So we subtract 50k times 2 is 100k. We ended up making 2,458,000 MT, unless my math is wrong. Once again, it might be wrong. I tried to take some time and, you know, add it all up, you know, make sure the profit was right and all that. And honestly, I think I got pretty close to that number, but we are about 50k away from our goal. And to be completely honest, bro, 50k is not a lot. I probably missed 50k somewhere in there. I probably did, you know, forgot to add it or something. Regardless of the fact that we didn't hit our goal of 2.5 million, we basically hit it. If you really think about it, we were only 50,000 MT away. I'm not worried about that at all. Honestly, we had a really good month of sniping. I'm probably going to take a break from sniping, and then if you guys don't know, what we usually do on the channel is the Zero to Hero series, so that will be coming back very soon as well. But definitely a very decent month of sniping. A lot of time put into sniping. I honestly don't even want to think about sniping right now. Like, it was a long month. I ended up spending hours and hours a day on the filters. Usually more than I usually spend on the filters, because usually I only spend like an hour a day potentially. But you know, because of this series, I ended up spending a lot more, sometimes even up to 10 hours, 9 hours a day, which was just ridiculous. Ended up staying a lot of late nights. But hey, we got here. We pretty much hit the goal. And honestly, I don't regret any of it. Okay, boys, so we kind of went through all the snipes that we ended up getting. We went through the key snipes that we ended up getting at the beginning of the video, but I do want to also go over the filters that I ended up using, because there were a few filters that I really didn't mention in my videos in the past. So if you guys need like a summary of all the filters that I ended up using, well, this is technically the perfect video for you. We're gonna start off right with it right here though. Pink Diamond Central. Most of you guys know this filter. Put it on 500 minimum buy when you do it, obviously. But as you guys can see, there are a lot of expensive cards on this filter, especially after today. We actually ended up getting a Zach LaVine card, and he's probably going to go over 150k. So that Zach LaVine card definitely works itself into this filter. And honestly, this filter is beautiful for the time being. They're going to end up dropping a card that's really not that good on one of these teams in this division and kind of ruin the filter. So use it while you still can. Pink Diamond Central, one of the best Pink Diamond filters in the game. Is it consistent? No. Are Pink Diamond filters consistent? No. No Pink Diamond filter is consistent this early on in the year, because to be completely honest with you, bro, cards just aren't being thrown up like that. But if you do spend some time on it, you might get lucky and end up getting a snipe. So definitely try out that Central filter. Definitely one of my favorites that I use throughout the series. The second filter I ended up using, I ended up going Pink Diamond Small Forward, and I ended up putting it on Eastern Conference, and I ended up putting it on, of course, 100k minimum bid. So it kind of filters out, you know, the low end small forward cards, and then of course 500 minimum buyout, and just spam the refresh. You are gonna have to scroll for this one, but there's a lot of great cards you can see. Once again, you can see that Paul George, you can see that Giannis. There's a lot of other ones as well that you can see on this filter, and to be honest, it's a great little filter to use when some other ones are dry. Vince Carter is also on this filter if you get lucky enough. Same with LeBron. That's why you really want to use it. You want to test your luck, see if you can get one of those cards, and if you can, you're literally gonna go from, you know, 100k to close to 1 million because of one snipe. Boys, the very main filter that I have for you guys right here, this is the one that I use probably the most throughout the series. It is the Pink Diamond enabled filter. Now it is very changed, as you guys can see. I still don't have the new enabled filter. I still have my old one. I gotta buy a few of the new cards that actually, you know, ended up dropping in price because of the locker codes that dropped yesterday. But listen, bro, this filter right here was an absolute lifesaver. We ended up getting a ton, and I mean a ton, of snipes off of it. So definitely the Pink Diamond enabled filter was very good to us. Would I recommend it to anybody? Absolutely not, once again, because this filter costs a lot of MT to set up. I would say it'll cost you right now about like 700, 800,000. And you know, you're gonna have to get quite a few snipes to make back 800k. So what I would do is stay patient. Do not buy this filter at all. Hop on the other Pink Diamond filters. Do what you got to do on other Pink Diamond filters. Stay off this filter. Stay away from it, because it costs way too much to set up. And to be honest, if you're not sniping hours and hours a day, it's really not worth it. The only reason I even got it was for the series. I wouldn't have got it if I never did Snipemas this year, but hey, it definitely came through in the clutch for Snipemas. We got a ton of great snipes on it. I know we got that J Rich when he first came out, ended up selling him for a ton of MT. We ended up getting quite a few snipes off this filter. I think a Giannis as well. We just ended up going absolutely crazy on that enabled filter, so it was definitely good to us, but I wouldn't recommend it to any of you guys. And then of course we got the Pink Diamond Season of Giving filter. If you guys don't know this one right here, I mean, it really doesn't work anymore, but it did work great when they were over 100k. Pretty much all these cards were over 100k. So what I was able to do was just get on the filter and just, you know, kind of set it up to where, you know, I kind of just saw cards that were more expensive. I ended up getting a bunch of D books, ended up getting a ton of Walter Davises, and yeah, I made a good amount of MT off this filter right here. One thing I would say though, right now, this is still a good filter. You just got to set it up in a different way. What you want to do is put it to the cheapest, which is probably around like 30k, and just spam the refresh. There's going to be a lot of cards popping up on this filter because the code just came out yesterday or today. Well, technically yesterday, sorry. So a lot of people are still throwing up these cards for cheap, and if you can scoop some of them up for cheap, you can make a decent profit. They're like 30k right now, maybe even close to 40k. So definitely give this filter a go. Let me know if you guys get anything. I haven't really tried out this filter or this version of the filter, but I definitely will spend some time on it. Let me know if you get anything, and yeah, let's move into some more filters. And boys, that's pretty much it for the filters I actually ended up using. It was very short and sweet, very simple. I didn't really go anything, you know, I didn't go with any filters that were too crazy. One more thing I gotta mention, I did a lot of hard scoping, bro. If you guys see a card that's very expensive and he's in packs that day of, definitely hard scope him, because there's going to be a lot throwing up. So for example, Paul George, you can just go type in his name and just spam his search, or of course go on the central filter if you want to see more than just Paul George. And then of course this one right here, Pink Diamond Pantheon. This is the most recent filter I use. I spent like 8 hours on it. Got absolutely nothing from it. Nothing popped up at all, not even a shack. Well, actually, we missed the shack on stream, but you know, I had one hand on my phone because somebody told me to check Twitter. We're gonna pretend it didn't happen, but definitely a great filter as well. If you get lucky, you could get a Kobe, which goes for like 600 700k at times. You can get a shack, which is easy profit as well. So definitely a decent filter for cards to see, but a very non-consistent filter. You're not really gonna see them, you know, often, and it's not really worth wasting your time on this filter. But yeah, it's pretty much it for all the filters I used. That's how many pink diamond snipes we got. You guys saw basically a recap of Snipemas all into one episode. You guys saw all our crazy snipes. We totaled it up. We made just under 2.5 million MT, but I think I'm just gonna up it and just put it at 2.5 mil, because if you think about it, bro, we basically hit it. One more thing I gotta mention is the giveaway that was supposed to come out yesterday. I still don't know what to give away, so I need you guys to help me out real quick. Comment down below what you want to see given away. I'm gonna do a giveaway on Twitter once again. We already did 2 of them, so I'm gonna do another one. Definitely check out my Twitter if you haven't, to enter the giveaway. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for the video, bro. Hopefully you guys ended up enjoying it. If you did, go down below right now, smack that like button, also hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know if you guys want to see any specific videos for the rest of December, and I'll see you. Stay blessed, stay safe, peace.
Niggas don't know, you don't know none of my pain. Remember the days when I walked in the rain. I'm going way harder cause it's a new season. I do what I do and I got all my reasons. And when I win, I never feel like I won, cause everybody wanna be number one. Everybody wanna be the nigga, till you really gotta be the